Hello, welcome to another episode of the Cups and Cakes of Vinyl Unveil, the show where every 2 weeks you get to see the packaging of one of our favorite new Canadian records. And this week we have for you Jom Comyn's Crawl. Jom Comyn is the project of Edmontonian Jom Comyn, and this record is phenomenal. It is currently a pick of the week at the Cups and Cakes Network. You can go to our website and read our review of this album at cupsandcakespod.com. That's cups, the letter N, cakespod.com. Wonderful record, wonderful review written by our team member Sean Newton. And if you keep going back to that website, in a couple weeks' time, I believe on September 20th, there will be an Inside the Artist Studio interview with Jim that will appear. I sat down with Jim to talk about this record and a lot more just a little while ago, and it went really well. He's a great guy, and you should go check that out as well. All right, what we got? I'm gonna pull the lyric sheet out first here for you. Let's check it out. So we got all the lyrics on there. Right on. See the other side here. Jim is currently on tour to support this record, so if you see his name on a poster, you see Jom Comyn on a poster in your city, make sure you go and check it out. One cool thing to report here, Chris Dadge did this record with Jim. We talk a lot about that on our Inside the Artist Studio interview. And check this out, Chad Van Galen made an appearance on the track Away. There's actually a lot of notable Calgary musicians on this record that came into the studio to help Jim and Chris kind of craft some of the additional parts. Chris Dadge, I talked about him a little bit. If you don't know that name, he is part of Lab Coast. That would be one of his projects. He also does experimental music under his given name, and he is one of the country's best session drummers, I would say. He plays drums and tours with Always and also Chad Van Galen. So we're talking about a force in the Canadian music scene. Really cool that they teamed up to make this record. I'll just show you the Matrix runout code right there. Came out on Double Lunch, which is an Edmonton-based label, very small label, run by a fella named Craig Martell, who is a local hero in the city of Edmonton to the music scene. Used to run a much-loved venue here called Wonder Bar, and now he's got this nice little label. So that's the inner workings of the LP for Jom Comyn's Crawl. Go get yourself a copy. There will be a link in the description of this episode to go get yourself a copy. Copies are limited, so you're going to want to jump on it quick. I know he'll have some with him on tour, so that would be a great way to go and support him. And check out Crawl from Jom Comyn on our website, cupsandcakespod.com. That's cups, the letter N, cakespod.com. And finally, come back in 2 weeks, because we do a new one of these every 2 weeks, and maybe you'll get to learn of a new favorite band that is Canadian, all Canadian content all the time. The Cups and Cakes Network, thank you so much for tuning in. Back in 2 weeks.